Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire. We are sat staring at the train we had a little go on at the end of the last episode, and if you stayed for that, you'll know we went on a little bit of a tour in the wrong direction. Well, it was in the right direction, just went the wrong way. Well, technically went the right way as well. Anyway, it didn't go where I was planning for it to go. It cut through a little station down here. I believe it was the sugar, right, that we went through. Yeah, we went through here, which technically is shorter, so we can't blame it for that. However, as we add more trains to Reed Manor, especially for, I believe we've done Toronto, we'll check on it, but Ottawa and London, and perhaps up to Sudbury as well, and maybe even across to Grand Lake Victoria. Do they have sugar over there? I don't believe they do they? Yeah, so we could have a few trains in there, and the last thing we need is to have trains queuing up here that are going through on either end. So first things first, we need to change his orders so he goes the right way. Right, so after London, there we go, we can see us going through Reed Manor. Could you go that way, and then after Sudbury, come back that way, and... oh, but now we go through... You've done it in the wrong place, Gran. Quick, undo. Oh, he's going the right way anyway. This is lovely. Right, it's supposed to be there. And then we get rid of that one. Oh, I've confused matters no end. This is brilliant. I'll tell you what, just delete that one. And then stick that one there. Quick, can we do it before he goes through? Will you take your new route? It would be lovely. Good night. Yeah, I don't know why it was this track I thought it was. Oh, I know why. I sometimes like to send my Toronto trains through there, and I was still thinking of it. Where are you going? Oh, there you go. He's fixed. Ottawa is still growing, and we need to check on our tasks. Our furs are done. The next thing is winter clothing. However, we're waiting on Ottawa to grow for that. And the freight will just do passively. And happy music, as well as a security guard. Doubly happy. So how long have we got before we can build something in Ottawa? It looks a bit risky, doesn't it? I'm not sure about this plan, but I'm going for it regardless. Yeah, 40,000, but we are growing. And we're at 80,000. 80% on fulfillment of demand, which is great. What do you need that you are not getting? Well, corn's rough to get anyway, but what's coming up? Milk, gonna be a tricky one. Sugar, do we have the line set up? I don't think we do we? No, you do want to go out the back there and round. Okay then, let's get you some sugar. And we're going to make sure you wait until full so we can see if you've... what did you forget? I was all happy about it last time out because I didn't forget that. There we go. No excuses. Don't do that again, Gran. And we'll get us the Canadian on and a security guard. Let's see if we've got any closer services that could use a security guard. Not you. We've got these cattle up here, which is kind of short. Yeah, there we go. And if he gives a green tick, that might be better anyway. We've got 2 security guards. None of you provide a bonus there, but we'll check on this one. And same there. So we'll just stick you on. Why not? And we'll stick the other one on there in case we get an engineer or something. Beautiful. Right, so that's a bit more money going on that way. Ottawa, still growing. We'll no doubt have to... improve the size of this station. Maybe we can get away with it now. There we go. I don't like it when trains are too close. They try and ignore the station, or they successfully ignore the station and head back the other way, which is never good, is it? And we might need to expand that as well. Hopefully we've got no through trains going on here. We don't. Do we want a meat industry? I mean, do you know what? We kind of do. Yeah, I feel like we might be building up here sooner rather than later at this stage in the game. So Worth it. I do want to expand up to Saint Marie there. That's what we're calling it. And White River and, of course, Thunder Bay. I'd like to get this connected. Maybe today. We've got a lot going on at the moment. And it wouldn't be much of a stretch to go a little bit further out there. Who has grown? Toronto has grown, really? I do want to keep some money in the bank for these growing. We've got that cotton down there. Can we build down there? Not yet, but it's the closest place to actually make silk out of cotton without much of a distance. So, yeah, should we do that? Maybe we'll start getting that southern track set up. That's a nice little place, isn't it, for our cotton? And, yeah, they can start making silk. And when we get access to this area, we can pull that up. Should we buy that? Maybe. It's level 2 somehow. Do you know, I would love to buy it. It just went up to 14.2%. This is going to get some use, isn't it? Where are you delivering cotton to then? I'm not even sure. Will the layer tell us where he's sending it to? Oh, he's actually sending it to Pittsburgh. So we will make some money from Pittsburgh. Even though it's not our city. It's still going to be buying stuff from our cotton farm. None of that we need. We've still got our market crier underway there. Now we need to save a little bit of money because Ottawa is growing fast, which is brilliant. And that means as soon as they tick up to 40,000, which at this rate isn't going to take long, we can build our winter clothing place and we can start passing cloth, well, silk, from Toronto to Ottawa, and then on the way back they can take some clothing. That means we can use mainly, okay, I don't like that the furs are there, but we can use our furs that we're already bringing down for our winter clothing instead, and that keeps this all nice and tidy. And we'll use southern stations for that. And we could even bypass, couldn't we? We can bypass the maintenance station, which would technically be for longer journeys for threading in at some point, which we're going to have a go at doing that as well. Right, so yeah, so that'll be a bypass track with this threading out into the bypass track and also heading in to the other station there. So we'll give ourselves lots and lots of options there. We have this piece of track here that really isn't doing anything. It would just be a mess connecting that up. And unnecessary, I would imagine. There's no tidy way, is there, to bypass Toronto with logs? Do we even need to get logs down to London? I mean, ideally, although they do have access up here eventually. It's a waiting game. What do we want to do? No, we want to save money. I'm getting ahead of myself. Don't spend all your money, Grand. I don't want to buy that, or do I? It's, go on. Good saving money. You just did a long speech about saving money, and then you went and blew, what, 700,000? We do get some money back, don't we? Yeah. Purchase price was 717,000. But I think we've got some research in here that gives us refunds. Maybe in here? I know we have the staff, don't we? At least one of our office staff. The accountant? Yeah, we get 26% back. That's not bad, is it? Goodness me. Over a quarter back. Lovely. How we doing, Ottawa? You're going to take a little while, aren't you? Well, if our money goes up ridiculous amounts, we'll start expanding. We can, of course, take a train down to Toronto, can't we? With some sugar. We own that now, thankfully. And yeah, that'll be a bit of extra money. Another market crier. We just did safety, but we can renew that, can't we? The other one is comfort, though. Should we go passengers this time? Mix it up a bit. Something a little different. Yeah, let's get that train running into Toronto. It might need to wait for the one there. But it's a nice little shortcut down there, isn't it? Freight only. Wait until full and wait for a space, no doubt, as well. And we'll get the Canadian on you. We may need a bit of boosting down here. No, we should be good. We just got to wait for this guy to fill up, and that will only happen when Ottawa requests more. London? London, how you doing? I feel like we should get London growing a bit. They're missing out on grain. Although there's no easy way for them to get grain, is there? There's some up here. So we could think about setting this up. A nice little warehouse, perhaps, on this section. Some through tracks. Native Americans down there that we do not want to displace, if I can help it, because I'm nice. Yeah, instead we'll just slam a main line straight past their, well, I don't know what you call it, encampment. Lovely tenty area. I don't know the actual name. Come on, Ottawa, get growing. Although our money goes up so fast, doesn't it? Are we going to be on target? What's your money on, guys? Yay or nay? I mean, we should possibly meet it, green tick wise, but we're talking gold ticks here, because that's my thing that I always try and go through, and I feel a little bit sad when I miss out on one. And we're doing 100% at the moment, and this is the next one in the list. I feel like we should get that as well, but this one's going to be tricky. I say it's going to be pretty huge once we get it built in there. As long as we don't let these drop too much. They've got their silk, they've got their sugar. It's milk we're going to have to bring down at 35 just to make sure they grow, but there's milk. Milk's all the way over there. That's rough. We've got another one at the top there, which we could bring down. I don't know where we'd put it. We'd have to get it across to warehouse. Yeah, down to warehouse 3. Although in warehouse 3, I wouldn't mind that being cloth and winter clothing. Once we've done the task, that'd be really nice, wouldn't it, for our network, including Grand Lac Victoria. So yeah, once that's in warehouse 3, then we could bring in Quebec to maybe drop off or pick up stuff from warehouse 3. They've all got the AI buildings in here because we couldn't afford it, could we, at the beginning? What we got here is this is a connection bonus. For what? Ooh, for vegetables. For how much? That's lovely. We're not going to... I mean, we could hook it up for Halifax and Moncton. Ooh, yeah, we could, couldn't we? Is it going to cost them? Well, we get the refund, don't we? Maybe. What's the ground like around here? Can we fit in a signal controlled station? It's a bit rough. Or a lot rough. Maybe. I don't like it, but if we can get it in and it's not too much of a grade, it might be worthwhile. Hey, 2% isn't bad, is it? That's lovely. Our trains can handle that. There we go. Bargain. I don't think we've paid anything for it at the moment. We have not. That way we can... we've got this piece of track here that doesn't do anything. A little bit distracted, perhaps, but worthwhile. We don't want to leave every area alone once a task appears in another area. Oh, if we move that a little further away from the coast, we might be able to later on, if we've got time, we might be able to swing round there. What's up north? Yeah, and scoot up along here and pick up all these goodies, or some of them at the very least. Yes. I would like Moncton to make steel at some point. But the main reason for this is so we've got a connection in to there. And we've still got more money than we started with when we came over this way. Do we have the curve for that? Look at that. So we can indeed head off up north. Perfect. Right, let's get you signalled up. It's mostly signalled all the way down here anyway. That now gives us the ability to connect in here. And probably on this corner maybe. No, it's a bit rough on the old terrain there, isn't it? Where can we get you in? Maybe. Yeah, as long as you're not doing that, I think we can get in there. I didn't see that we were doing that over here. Yeah, okay, we might be able to do this. Beautiful, right there. 4% is not too bad. We're not really getting in the way either, as we weren't using that, were we, at all? So this is a nice new track, and we'll eventually, let's get rid of our signals, we'll eventually give them a bit of a boost once they get to that point. And since it technically cost us nothing to do all of that, thanks to the connection bonus, I'm not bothered. We could buy it, of course, as well. It's at 0% at the moment. Go on, spend all your money, grand.
I already anticipated that your commitment would pay out. You may now lay your tracks up to New York. You should definitely grasp this opportunity to make your business more lucrative.
Hold everything. We can go up to New York now, or down to? Really? I'm not sure where that puts us in the great scheme of things, but... oh, this is what I mentioned in the previous episode. There we go. Let's grab this first. Now we've got cheaper bridge work and cheaper tunneling as well. But yes, New York. New York. We'll have to go and see about that, won't we? Do we need veggies yet? I don't think we do, but it's only at 40k, isn't it? So once they grow, we're all ready to go down there. Now, New York, does this mean... Where's New York? Hello? Where's New York? I've lost it. He said we can go to New York. Oh, it's right down there. Of course it is. How did I not see you? New York on this map is tiny compared to like Montreal, and Ottawa's still growing, Toronto and London. That might change though as we get involved. So, isn't this perfect? We've got to scoot past the small waterfall we've got here and hook into our own. Who are you connected to? I know, a little bit distracted. Who are you connected to? You are connected to Beatrix, right? This is Beatrix's territory. So she's going to get involved with our everything now. You don't have any cotton. You don't have any silk or anything. No. Well, you do you, Beatrix, and we'll do us. Which is to somehow scoot up here, which means we will need our bypass track down here so that we don't overload the northern section of this network. But how far have we got to go? Okay, we're still going pretty good, aren't we, on this? We are up to milk, but there's no easy milk down there, and up here as well, there's not really any easy way to get milk down there, is there? We could build this, which would give us a way over, perhaps. We could take some milk over into Warehouse 3. No, that's already earmarked. No, we can't do that. We could take it into Warehouse 2. That doesn't really solve the issue we've got with Ottawa getting it, although we do have a way up and a bypass. We'd need another bypass past the warehouse. No, you won't. That's where you're coming from. Silly sausage. But this is a network build and a half, isn't it? Yeah. By the time we've built all that, these would have grown. Because they're still at 75%. What's next? Veggies. That's at 40,000 and we'll already have it by then. There we go. Our trains appeared. We're now going to get some sugar down to Toronto. Hey, it's going well today. We will get on with the big builds as soon as I've got Ottawa situated with their winter clothing. How are we doing up here? We're still level 2. Where are our trains? Could we double up on them? We can afford that. Oh, we don't have a maintenance yard on there. Let's sort that out. Talking of upgrading and things, how are we doing down here? Because it's been a long time since I checked on the state of the farm. Well, do you know, I think we need an upgrade, don't we? Yes, look at that. And it's only 200k. You get loaded faster. I mean, we're not causing any issues, so it's not a big deal. We've got our new filter system down here that has really kept trains moving a lot better, hasn't it? That's why I love these. Did you see from the developers in Railway Empire 2, the way I understand it is you can have these blocks without all of the shenanigans, so you can just build them on the main lines with any variation of crossovers after them, and it will just auto filter after it, and then it's up to you whether you bring them back in on the other side or not. But yeah, I'm going to explore that, that's for sure. That got me a little excited if that's the way that's happening. We'll see, we'll see. Hopefully it's soon. Right, who have we got? Yes, we're going to use all of these pretty rapidly. You may not think so now, looking at them all, but we're going to get a lot of passenger services going up. What is this? Increase... Oh, yes, please. Beatrix is involved. Look at that. No one would have thought she'd have got involved. These do give me a chance to have a drink of tea, though. That was nice. But I then edited out, so yeah, we're not watching the timer go down. Because we, of course, are always going to get it. Now, I can't remember how much these buildings are, but yes, we're going to get these very quickly. I should put the stations in at the very least, just at the smallest versions, and then we can maybe hook them up and still have enough left over so that we can get going straight away. I know time's not moving at the moment. We want that right up there, but it will be, won't it? As soon as we build the property, we need to leave ourselves a bit of room for a bypass track, which will be coming round here if we can get it going. That's going to be a fun challenge in and of itself. Yes, and then the other one's going to head up this way and branch off into Ottawa there. There we go, guys. There we go. And our other tracks will branch off and be a bypass for both Ottawa and Toronto, hopefully. It looks like we can. On the southern side, and we'll have a few maintenance yards in places as well. But for now, I just wanted that connected. I should maybe signal it up because we can always rearrange the signals. When we expand our network, we just need to get this going to start with, don't we? Immediately. And I don't think it's going to cost us too much either. So that's good news. Our maintenance buildings are down to 72,000 now. I love how it gets cheaper later on. As you start to get more money, it gets easier. Right, security guard, yes please. And what else do we need? Ooh, maybe. I mean, there's nothing urgent we need, is there, in the research tree? 617,000 does allow for quite a bit of expansion. So I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that means we don't have to worry too much about our expenditure. Especially because I'd like to get this in as full as possible, as soon as possible. Because it's still going to take a little while, once we get this building down, to actually produce the materials. What it should do, though, is allow us to possibly duplicate these. Yeah, we've only got 2 running this. So if we get another one on there, we're going to fill up with furs. And that'll be another load of furs on the way, which we're probably going to need a lot more than this as well. Yeah, we're not full. How much will this cost? 1 million. Perfect. Let's get that done now. The quicker we can get these loaded up and out, that might allow us to get enough furs for both down at Ottawa this early on. We are approaching winter at this end, up north. Let's get another one in there, and he can wait. And yeah, it should be pretty quick. And he is loading every time they spawn, and they're spawning at a decent rate, aren't they? It's not too bad. It should theoretically space our trains out as well. That if they end up being a bit clumped up, which they might be. Yeah, there's one there, and is that the other one? Yeah, that's the other one. So they will eventually get spaced out, and of course, that all goes to pot once it hits winter, because they all get stuck up here. But yeah, as long as we get loads of trainfuls of furs, that's a mouthful, after the winter period, we can catch up. We could put warehousing and stuff down here, but I don't think it's necessary. Just a nice supply will do us. And you're so close. I don't want to go today until this is in, which it's going to be, isn't it? Very, very shortly. Then we can get, well, see if we can get round here. I've set all this up. It might be a really expensive bridge. We can definitely get down that way. But I would like to sneak round here. But I just, that red bit scares me. Maybe it's, you just can't go across, but you can go down the side. Ooh, we'll find out. Not today, I don't think, but we'll find out next time, that's for sure. That will be our first goal, to try and get some cotton on our network and some actual silk made. There we go. Ottawa. Oh, I can't get my words out. Ottawa has grown. Where is our... There they are. Tailors. Winter clothing. 450,000. We're ready to go then, aren't we? And we don't want to put it in front of the station. And we'll have bypass tracks here, but there's plenty of room down the other side. So we'll stick this closer to that station, since that's where it's going to be doing most of its loading. And now, although there won't be much going on to start with, we're just going to set up a little freight train between the two. And it will be freight only, not automatic. It will concentrate purely on winter clothes and silk, and then I guess eventually whatever it likes. Do I want to wait until full? No, I think what I'd like to do is just set it on its way with a Canadian and with a security guard. It's a short little run. It won't be doing much for us at the moment, but eventually it will be. How long have we got left? I'll tell you what. Shall we try and get this working? We've got the money for it and we've got the time for it. Well, it's all go in this department. So you get on there. And who else did we get? A market crier. This one can be safety. I mean, that one's nearly finished with our passengers, but that's okay. Right, so let's get the infrastructure in. I'm going to put it down here first. And then we're going to roll the dice to see if we can get past there. If not, with one here, we can always go up that way anyway. We can connect into these cities, but I don't want Beatrix to get too big. And if we're boosting her cities, she will do. Right, what do you want? Yeah, she'll get too fancy, won't she? Where do we want to sit on here? It's awful, isn't it? Well, I hope we can get through here. If we sit back... I guess it doesn't matter as long as it's nice and flat there. We sit there and then we get a maintenance station. Can we sit it on here and then do something with that? I think we can, can't we? Yeah, we just want this one for branching into the stations, not necessarily bypassing. Right. Can we get past? Oh, no. Ooh. I was... disappointed and excited all at the same time. Right, we can do this, I think. If we get these right down as close to the edge as we can. There we go. I can see the little green bits. Can you? Yes, do it. Please. Just got to get past it. I'm going to wiggle jiggle. Oh, there we go. Is that past it? No. There, that's past it. And then we can head down a bit. Yes, head down there. Can we go up a bit there? Oh, there we go. Wiggle jiggle galore. I like that. No, I like that better with 0 over there for the junctions. Now, can we 4-track it is the question. I'm not asking for much. Just 4-tracking right next to a massive waterfall. Why not? Oh, this is going to have to do some shenanigans though, isn't it? We're going to have to do something like that. And then bring that up. Because you cannot have 4-track bridges just yet. But soon. Right. Where are you heading off? You're going to head off after that wood, I think. Yeah, and then into there. Oh, why are you broken? I'm not even sure, to be fair. Yeah, why are you broken? Because of the bridge, maybe. Well, that's awkward. If we go a little bit further... Oh, it's the terrain. Look at the state of the terrain there. We might have to re-finagle that a touch. There we go. And then bring you down. Don't need to bring you down. Bring you up. Yeah, that's not too bad. 5%. Oh, it's 4%. That's not too terrible, is it? Hey, they're going to get some silk, guys, before the end of the episode. It might be a nice one to ride on. We don't have their bottom station yet, but we will. You are going to go round that way. Nice arc. Yeah. What we do want to do then, if we can afford it, which I believe we can, especially if we let it play, we want to get a station in here before Beatrix decides she wants to build over here. And then we can connect this other station up, possibly. Yeah, if we go up like that, that'll do for a direct line between the two southern stations. Did I honestly think this would be a quick build? Maybe. We'll slide that one in there so we can get from north to south. Get a signal on you. And sure, we can have one before the tower. Why not? One there. One there. And now we can set this track up and make use of the existing water tower like that. And the other one will bypass, I'm hoping, just before this, to head round that way. I mean, we could go out here, but it'll be a bit of a tight turn. And then the other one's going to branch in there. Right, so we need 31k. How long is that going to take us? I'm going to say not long. There we go, that long. And then we'll need roughly the same again, as it's not saving as much, is it? There you go, another 30,000. And then we'll get some first deliveries maybe of cotton going, and maybe take a ride on that for the end of today's episode. And there are not too many options for them, so I doubt we're going to be going the wrong way. In fact, it's fairly straightforward, isn't it? Right, you're going in there. And we'll have the same setup over that side. We'll get this bottom track signalled up, as that's the only one that's got a connection. We will probably stick a supply tower out around the corner there. And can we afford? We can now. A maintenance building. And we'll wait for a little bit of cash and get a train running up to Toronto there. And hopefully we start to see some clothing on the way when we come back. It won't be just yet. It's technically only just set off. And our train for today is going to be going past our tiny little waterfall over here, which is absolutely massive in the great scheme of things, isn't it? New line from Howard Farm to Toronto. Hopefully we're all set up good. If not, we'll fix it again at the beginning of the next episode. Right then, let's get you with loads of cotton on. Give you a tick and give you a Canadian. And I tell you what, get a stoker on there. Why not? I'll save it there, guys. All right, we're on board our brand new service to Toronto with our first bit of cotton, I believe, for the entire network. And it's a bit roller coastery, but it should be a nice view. Let's hope so anyway. We're right down in the action, aren't we? I thoroughly enjoyed that one. A plan has started to come together. We're going to see if we can make it a gold tick, even though we waited on Ottawa growing. So, was it a bold move? Yes. Is it the right move? Who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And until next time, take care.